flying away from this.
Okay, no flying. Next base of action.
Okay. Let's go to the cam. Well, let's just start the show.
Oh boy.
Welcome to Stay Well and Listen. With me being the host, Captain Magnus, and a nap here. Basically. So, first thing we want to talk about? Probably Nintendo. Because
What do you?
markets. Well,
I mean, why you not? Nintendo's actually like the biggest thing that there is out there. I mean,
oh yeah.
one thing's for sure that like a few days ago that they released a new trailer for from Gears for Breakfast. For Hat in Time coming for Nintendo Switch. Now that's one interesting thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Nintendo has a lot of great games, which...
I mean, I personally love the game myself. I
Mhm.
have it, and it's amazing. I would recommend, and I probably would actually buy it for when it comes out.
Right.
I think it's gonna come out like maybe this October or something like that.
Yeah, I know like a
Mm,
couple of my friends have it and stuff. Hat in Time, and it seems like it's a good game. And then you have
I mean, I'm pretty stoked about that.
you had the last Smash that they released on Switch a while back ago, and they're still updating it, adding new characters and stuff like that. So, I mean, with
Oh
the
yeah,
Switch,
like they did added like the hero
hmm
for Smash Ultimate, like around the one around. I think it's already been like more than a month already, maybe.
I'd say.
He's still. I see he's still broken. He's pretty broken when he just go with the down beef specials.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean, you have like how many things with Smash that like people just find new ways to bullshit their way through a match or something like that. But I mean,
Just
with the, I mean, you have like,
just break the exploits.
yeah, pretty much. But then you
Yeah.
have
Mm,
I mean, you have like a lot of other games coming to Switch, which really kind of actually fit well with the Switch. Like a lot of like, for some reason, like Solitaire is on there. I don't know why, but like it's an actual good game for Switch, even though you have to buy it. I play it. It's just like time killer. And then you have like full blown
yeah,
titles going on it, like freaking
it
Skyrim
works.
and stuff like that. So
I'm still like thinking like, how does Skyrim work for the Switch? I mean, yes, it's there, but I'm still like questioning like how. It's like such a huge game, isn't it?
yeah, but I mean like, who knows? The Switch is a mind-boggling thing, isn't it? And how they make this shit work.
It's it's something special, alright.
Oh yeah.
God bless Reggie. Wait, I mean, no, wait, that's not it. I mean, Miyamoto. Wait, that was him, right? The one and only.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, but it's like the Switch is a big development for Nintendo because it's like it's a handheld, but it's like an actual like pretty much mobile computer.
oh yeah, there was also no, but that was also like the new versions coming out for like the Switch Lite, I think. It's
Yeah,
pretty much like just a smaller version for it, but it's just this one's not dockable. It's pretty much like a regular portable Switch, but it's just no dock included.
right.
Anyway,
So it's more like the
it's
Game Boy, which is their previous console,
kinda, I
previous
would say.
instead of being a bigger
I mean,
handheld that's
I
more
would
like an
say
iPad.
it's still something. That's probably
Yeah,
like if you're not like one of those people that's like you want to switch to play with people, but you don't want it to like you know for too serious muchness. Maybe just a
right.
little extra thing. I would say.
hmm
That's I mean, it's pretty neat, but I would probably still go for a regular Switch myself.
I
Yeah,
still like my regular Switch. Um,
yeah.
but it's like the Switch is a interesting film. And then you have certain other games being released on it, which is one of them being Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing,
Oh yeah.
and that's coming I
Oh
think
yeah.
late
How
2020 or later this year. But
things done.
Animal Crossing coming
I
to it.
still imagine like how many people were psyched about that. And
Well, I mean, if you ever watched the conference when then they
the,
actually announced it or something like that,
the Animal Crossing fans, like how they would just
oh, they go nuts.
obliterate the chat and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which then,
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, like Nintendo's doing good, but then you have companies, which we're going to go into others, like EA doing horrible for 2017 and 2018, and still kind of doing horrible now
oh.
after the whole fiasco of what they've been doing. And then you have Bethesda recently doing horrible. So a lot of the, so pretty much like these past couple of years have been a lot of more for the
Oof,
smaller
man.
companies, more for the
It
smaller
has
guys.
not been well for them.
It's more
It's
for the
not
indie
been well for
developers
them.
lately, pretty much. Yeah, you just
Um,
have all
oh
the.
yeah, there was also the thing
Mhm.
of the Destiny 2 coming for Steam, right? It's like,
Yes,
cause it was only like
that's coming
available
in
for like,
September with a new
no,
expansion.
actually, I think they delayed it for
Oh
till
yeah,
October.
yeah. I think did they
They
delay
delayed it
it?
till
I think they
October.
delayed it. Maybe.
Yeah, they delayed it a month till October. Well, that's still
Um.
another interesting thing.
Yeah, like, and
Like,
then it's gonna be free to play too,
I don't know.
as well.
I don't know. I'm still skeptical about it. I'm still skeptical about it. I left Destiny for good a long time ago. The only reason why I played it a little bit before was because the base game was free. That's the only reason why I played it a little bit.
Yeah,
But ever
Destiny's
since
coming
that,
October
I
1st.
just left it.
Yeah,
I'm
Destiny.
not sure if I want to go back to it. It's gonna.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
Destiny 2 is gonna be free to play when it hits Steam, so you can play it there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're just gonna have to buy it. You're just
Mhm.
gonna have to buy like the main thing.
Yeah.
Everything else is just gonna be like free with it. So that's pretty. That's one of the good things there.
Mhm.
Bungie is doing for that.
And then they're gonna be releasing a massive expansion on that where you go back to the moon, so you have a lot of things
Oh
there.
yeah, the good old Moon from
Mhm.
Destiny one. Oh god, that was. Oof.
And then
Yeah, I
yeah,
like because to be honest, I'm actually excited for that, but I'm still not sure because it's like, oh god, I had nightmares with that game. It's just so long, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
well, I mean, the issue
Oh
I have
god,
with the game is it's just so grindy, and all you're doing is just collecting guns, armor,
yes,
and stuff like
yes,
that.
that's one
That's
of the
the
reasons
issue.
why I don't want to go back. It's
It's one of
one
the
of the
issues
reasons
I
why I don't
have.
want to go back. It's gonna be so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's fun in it as places, but you're just if you don't get the right thing, then you have to keep doing it and keep doing it, and it's just like,
Uh,
it's like not to mention like it's.
oh my god.
I mean, it's just grindy, and I don't like grindy games as much as other things. Like
I mean,
some
they're
games do it
okay when
right.
you play with friends and
Yeah,
whatnot.
some games
Yeah,
can do it right and
they're okay
stuff,
when you
and
play
like
with friends, but by
yeah,
yourself,
Destiny
yeah.
is one of those games you need to have friends with and stuff like that to make it fun, even more fun. Just like Sea of Thieves needs more people to be more fun and stuff like that. Which Sea of Thieves do kind of need where you can only play with friends and that stuff. Like they
Yeah.
could do it because they have the AI now with the ships and stuff like that, and a lot of dangers out there. So like they could essentially do it where it's you and your friends only, basically. And they haven't done
Mm.
it yet. They couldn't. They haven't capitalized on it yet for the single player people, pretty much. um,
Yeah, that is true.
which there is an MMO going out called Starbase, which I've been keeping an eye on. It's going to be releasing, I think, later this year, still, and it's a literal, it's basically like Space Engineers, but an MMO, like in its actual form, where the players are robots
Mm.
and you build ships and stuff like that, and all of the economy is player based and stuff like that. But they do have an ability to play with only friends. So you can just
Mm.
explore, build whatever you want and stuff like that, or fight your friends. So it's like,
Yeah, I heard Space Engineers. So I kind of have an idea of how it would be then. 'Cause I think it was okay. I'm like,
Space
I
Engineers
don't know.
is a good game. It's gotten massive updates lately and stuff like that, and it's improving its code bit by bit for
Mm,
more players to be able to join in a single game and stuff like that. So it's getting there basically. It's just taking a bit. And then you have like
mhm.
Space Engineers, No Man's Sky coming back with an even bigger update, which I
Oh
played a little
yeah,
bit.
the VR update.
Where
Have
it's
you
full
tried
blown
that? Is
VR.
it
I
is it
have
good?
not tried it yet, but I have seen videos, and it looks actually pretty good and stuff. It's kind of funny. With the video I was watching, he was kind of constantly
Mm,
crashing his ship because the controls are inverted like usual with ships and shit in game. I don't know. So he was
oh,
constantly going into the ground. But with No Man's Sky, like when it
mm,
first released, everyone was pissed because it didn't have what it promised. But now it's actually adding more stuff than it did promise. So it's actually getting a good comeback. Which,
it's getting its
hmm
people.
yeah, it's like they honestly like how they did or dealt with the lashback with how they released the game was a good choice. Not talking, not saying anything or anything, and just work on the game in secret. That was a good choice. Because
Yeah,
even if you say anything to make people not hate you as much, it can also come back at you as well. So, literally, they
smart.
released an article saying sometimes the best thing is to not say anything at all. And that was directed to EA and Bethesda a little bit.
uh,
But, like, EA just doesn't
that's
know when to keep its mouth shut, though. That's the issue.
yeah.
I mean, mind you,
Mm,
this is the company that everyone hates, and it's very. Everyone knows why. And they actually released a statement or something like that, basically, where they asked people why they hate them so much. Like, how do you not know why people freaking hate you for? It's like, what? Just why?
I don't know. I don't know what to say there.
Like, I mean, it is pretty known why people hate you. I mean, it's been on the
They
news. It's
just don't
been.
pay attention to the.
I don't think they do.
It's rubbing on their face. They just don't pay. For I don't know why they're just not paying attention to the people. They don't listen,
Well,
and yet it's like, oh no, it's all good.
that's the thing though is that, like freaking EA just does not listen to its fucking gaming community. It
I
doesn't.
don't know why.
Like one thing that gaming community
Yeah,
companies do need is communication with their player base. Like you see all these indie developers doing really well because they have communication. They listen to their player base. Like
yeah. They take like their ideas and like thoughts, and it's like, hey, they're right. They have a point here, but yet
hmm
EA just doesn't. They don't do
no,
that.
like some of say the thing is with gaming companies is they need the player base, and then the player base needs the companies to make the games. Well, the thing is sometimes, and not to say that companies do be stupid and basically not listen to player base, but the thing is sometimes the gamers are also at fault in their own ways.
So
Like there are some gamers out there that don't know how much it takes to make a game or how much money and other stuff like that, and then they just lash out at a game that's taking too long in development. Well, it's an indie company. It's like five guys making the fucking game. So, or one person, or just a very small team, and it takes a lot of people to make like an triple A title game. It takes a lot of people and a lot of money and a lot of time. Where the thing is, EA, they have the people, but they don't give them the time to make the games usually. So it's like
Oh,
it's just big goofball, yo. Like it's just ironic how they
big
don't give
rip.
them the time. Like they literally say, "We'll give you this much time. You get it done in that time," and they don't extend it or anything. They just and it turns into a hot mess. Like Anthem, and the only one game that did well for EA so far has been the Battle Royale game, which is Apex, and it's a free game. And the funny thing is
Yeah.
it's only because the company that made the game that is under EA told EA to fuck off. You're not having any influence on this.
And
So,
also the people who made Apex are the creators that made Titanfall 2 as well,
mhm.
which
So
is
it's
Titanfall was actually a really good game. So it's like it's
mhm.
almost the same logic.
Yeah. So it's like EA would do better to just let their little companies that make the games do it themselves. But they don't. They're money grubbing big ass corporate assholes that basically want money, so they tell their little companies do this, do this, do this. So it's just ironic.
Oh,
So
oh,
I don't
Bungie's
know.
been going at that for so long.
Mhm.
It's basically the lore of it.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's ironic how some companies just don't understand at all how to do things anymore. So the more recent games that have been releasing, like Remnant, what is the name? I know the first is Remnant, um, but it's a game I've been playing recently. It's a good game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like it's like one of the games that you played recently.
Yeah, Remnant from the Ashes, which is released. No, not really released yet. It's still not released, but if you pre-purchase now, you can actually play it and stuff. And it's kind of like a Dark
Mm.
Souls with guns and weird monsters. But
Early access.
it's a pretty good game. Like they literally have the bonfire thing where if you sit at say a checkpoint or whatever, it respawns the enemies. So it's like it's an okay game. I've played an
Yeah, that's
hour, so
Dark
I didn't
Souls
get far.
logic right there.
Yeah, but it's a good game. It has like three classes and stuff like that. So it's got like a long range, mid range, and close range. So it's like it's pretty much how they break down the or how I broke it down anyway. And they have certain abilities and stuff like that beyond. But it's like a game that's meant for co-op, like 3-player co-op and stuff like that. Which honestly, the gaming industry needs more co-op games instead of just multiplayer games.
There's too many single player games. There's a
Mm-hmm.
decent amount of multiplayer, but it's still like single player multiplayer. And there like needs to be more multiplayer co-op multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah.
like some games just are straight up multiplayer and stuff like that. Well, some people don't like just being in a multiplayer with a lot of people and stuff like that. They just want to play with their friends and have a good time. Um, like
Hmm.
Sea of Thieves. Like Sea of Thieves could make probably a good bit of money with doing just friends and stuff, and then just taking on the world and just make the AI more aggressive and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I understand.
because one thing that can make a game suffer is in like a multiplayer in having multiple groups in the same world, you can have asshole players that attack you for no reason and sink your ship. Talking from experience, because we were doing
Oh,
like this main thing that they put in where it's just you try and find a massive treasure or whatever. We got through chapter one, basically, but at near the end, basically, where we had to bring this treasure back to the this one stranger and stuff. Our ship got it. We got attacked. Our ship sunk. We got killed. The dude took the thing we have to turn in because he thought he could sell it and dropped it on an island. Luckily, we thought he might try to sell it, so we went to the closest island, to the closest outpost, and we found the fucking item that we had to bring in. So we got kind of lucky. Because one thing that could have
Just by
happened,
a mere image.
and I don't know if there's anything like to stop this, but like what would happen if that person took the item and went farther away and we couldn't find the item anymore? So it's
That
like
is true.
we got lucky that he just dropped it in the
Maybe
middle of the outpost.
just pure luck.
Yeah. So it's like the game could be a bit better not having that, and then having like, sure, you could still get screwed over by like AI, but you at least have a chance to run, and then AI can just fuck off. Whereas players will just chase you to the ends of fucking Earth and kill you for no reason. Because they're just assholes out there.
Yeah.
Which
Oh god.
yeah, it's just like some games can suffer to multiplayer and
This
some games
is
can do good.
this is why we can't have pretty things.
Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things. I mean, you have Fallout 76, which has been notoriously bad so far. But
Oh.
one thing they're going to be adding in is the vaults, and hopefully like updates with that and stuff will make the game even better. And then the mods that are going to eventually be put for it, hopefully will make the game better as well. But it's going to still take a while. At least. I don't know if I think they might be releasing the vault soon. I know there is an article I have that basically says about a vault like 94, and it's gonna be a raid basically with needing a full team of plus 50s. So it's like, oof.
Oh.
So it's like, oh boy.
It's gonna be something.
Mhm.
It's gonna be something that might destroy PC. I don't even know.
I don't know,
The
but
real question is, how is that even gonna work for them?
well, I mean, it's like basically like a raid in an MMO where basically you have a whole team. Like, let me pull this up. Let me pull the article up. Pull it up with OVR drop, yeah. But so basically, there we go. And this is going to be from the actual article. Somehow, okay, thank you, awesome. There we go. This needs to be bigger though. So with this article, let's see here. So basically, Vault 44 was filled with pacifist gardeners who were given the job of restoring the wasteland after the bombs and armed primarily with protective seeds. The now empty vault has been taken over by nature, which would sound like a recipe for vine monsters in Vault 20 from Vault 22 in New Vegas that had done that. So basically, it's going to be introducing raids, ensuring that teams aren't interrupted by other players, and that more powerful players advancing ahead of you don't raise the local enemy level. So that's kind of nice. So they're actually kind of future-proofing the stuff with the multiplayer. So like players can't be dicks and screw you over, at least, or don't raise the enemy level because of higher levels. There will be 3 different missions inside Vault 94, each of which will be active for a week before cycling onto the next. Each mission will also have 3 difficulty modes, with better loot on higher difficulties. Said loot will involve plans for new power armor and unique resource called Vault 94 Steel for crafting them. So that's interesting. So Vault 94 opens on August 20th. 3 days. As a part of patch 12. So, and it also says if you're looking for information on the Wastelanders update, which will bring NPCs to the Wasteland, here's everything we know, which will bring you to an article. This article is from PC Gamer. So it's like, so I'm guessing, I think that might be the first vault then, that they will be releasing. I haven't really been keeping up with the game that much, partially because it's just not that interesting right now for me and a couple of my other friends, because it's just, we don't really care to play with multiple people, basically. Let me just put my little chat back. There we go. So, with that, we're hoping that an introduction with mods will make the game a bit more fun, a bit more interesting. But if you want to know more information, there's plenty of sources. Now, is there...
There's a lot of things online. To keep the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, a lot of Bethesda are trying their best, but I mean, they've slipped up so far. But every company slips up every now and then, and Bethesda has had a good reputation of not making mistakes, so, or at least making the okay mistakes, basically.
Okay, that makes some sense.
I mean, you have all the games which have bugs, but it's more not game-breaking bugs like EA has, or it's just funny shit that basically happens. So, I mean, I love watching some glitch videos for Skyrim. There's some funny shit there. Especially if the notorious kind of glitch, or I don't know, from the giants where they hit you and you just go into space. So.
I always love that.
Yeah, I always love that. I love glitch videos. There's some good shit. But, yeah. Have any games you want to talk about?
Let's see. If I knew about this earlier, I would have probably made a list. But I don't. I don't think I even have anything at the moment.
That's fine. But just talking about general stuff. Pretty much at this for this. I'm mostly talking about games I know and been kept up a little bit. Which Minecraft has made a resurgence, which is interesting and stuff. Don't know why, don't know, but the funny thing is Minecraft is actually getting more popular than Fortnite right now. Again.
Is it the VR Minecraft thing?
Nope. It's just regular Minecraft.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would probably be the VR Minecraft thing, because like ever since I first discovered about that, I was like, that's actually really interesting. Because it's like, it's still, you can still, like, the VR Minecraft thing, you can still play with, like, regular people that's a desktop. If you got, like, your own Vive and whatnot, you can just download, like, the mod and pretty much play in VR. But it's still, like, the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's on, like, it's actually really good.
Yeah. And, like, with Minecraft making a resurgence, which is weird, like, a lot of YouTubers are now doing Minecraft stuff to kind of, and then of course Markiplier made a video of the do not play Minecraft challenge because he was just looking at all the statistics of Minecraft going up and up and up and then getting more popular. He even, mind you, he searched on YouTube's little thing to compare porn with Minecraft. Of course porn is like high as fuck. And Minecraft is a little bit low. But then he did Fortnite, and Minecraft's actually competing with Fortnite right now. So it's just, of course.
Oh my.
But the fact that he looked up Fortnite
like...
to see this was the graph to see if like Minecraft was beating porn. Uh,
I mean, it would actually be surprising if it was. I'd be like, holy shit.
actually, for the funny thing is, for a second, he actually thought Minecraft was beating porn. That's the ironic thing.
What the fuck?
It's ironic. The ironic thing is,
Uh,
he thought he was beating it. He's kind of funny. I mean,
oh my god.
I like Minecraft, but I'm not gonna play it vanilla. I like it modded and stuff, and
Yeah.
a lot of good mods. A lot of good mods.
I'm not one to know about like mods, right? But you know, mods always make games more interesting.
Mhm. That's why a lot of games should have mod support because you have like one good example is Skyrim with mods because like that game is so old, but it's still around as a mainstay
It's still around
because
because
of the
of
mods.
yeah, because of all the mods that are available for it.
Mhm. It makes
It's
mods make a
crazy. I
game
like it.
infinitely playable and stuff. So like then people will buy that game because they can
It
keep on
makes it
playing
more
it.
interesting, and
Mhm.
it's like, hey, I can actually do this. So pretty much get the game and just put the mods and be a boom. It's your favorite game, or it's like it's a really good game, you
Yeah,
know?
same with Minecraft, where basically there's mods that literally add tanks, planes, guns, and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And then there's another
yeah,
mod that
it's
actually makes it
insane.
so the villagers in the game are actual people you can actually marry, have kids, and actually grow a town and stuff like that. So they're not
Is there a
just
mod where
Squidwards.
it adds circular textures?
Yes.
And the mod that adds edges, circular edges,
There's a mod that
round
literally makes
edges.
basically yeah. It's weird. It's freaking weird.
What?
It's weird.
Oh my god!
And then there's even
I gotta search this.
yeah, there's literally a mod that makes like the grounds kind of more circular, not as square and stuff like that, and it's just super weird.
Oh, oh my god! I gotta search this up. Oh my god! I don't
There's
believe it.
even
I gotta check it out.
there's even a mod that makes the lighting really pretty good, and there's a lot of mods that make like the game just more beautiful. Like the water looks a lot more clear and a
Yeah,
lot more
that is
nicer.
true.
And then you have like there's just some amazing videos out there of just Minecraft looking beautiful as fucking hell.
Yes, I actually seen like I'm not sure what it was, but I think it. I mean, I'm just guessing it was a mod because that made Minecraft look so realistic that it was like I actually when I first saw it, I thought it was like a real thing, and I'm like, wait, what? I looked closely into it, but it was actually the game, but it was modded like so hard that everything looks like realistic.
Well,
I was like, I was actually mind blown to that.
yeah, there's literally mods out there that make the wood look like actual fucking wood
Yes,
and just look real
I mean,
good.
even if it's just simple. Yes. Oh my god.
Like they mod their game so much that it looks so good and so great that their game's fucking imploding on itself. The ironic thing about that.
This is the reason why you allowed mods for your Fallout game. Don't
Hmm.
be one of those people that's just no, we don't want mods. Mods makes things better. What am I screaming at?
I don't know why you're screaming at. Because technically the audio comes through me.
I don't know. I'm just looking at at least the camera somewhere. So I'm like just trying to look that way and just scream away.
Well, yeah, the audience is that way.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, there are a lot of games out there
my
like
God.
that do mod support, and then there's just games that don't, like uh, GTA 5. That company, Rockstar, do not like modders. Don't know why they don't. So they try to make the game as fucking hard as possible to mod, pretty much.
True, that is true. But I mean, the game actually has so much that
Hmm.
I guess some people don't even think about modding it in a way because it already has like so much that you can do in a way.
Yeah, but the issue
I mean, that's
with
just my thought.
GTA 5 is like they release new shit, but it costs money in the game, and then trying to get that money is a pain in the ass in the game.
Yeah, that's the only thing about it.
So it's grindy as fuck. Or you can
'Cause,
buy their shark cards.
but it costs real money.
Granted, this is a company Rockstar actually defended EA with the loot box thing, or tried to anyway.
Oh my god.
Which nowadays loot boxes are actually getting banned, at least in the US, because of EA.
Does
Like,
that mean Overwatch is getting banned?
I think Overwatch is going to revise their system. I think is what they said. So basically, EA has
Yeah,
spoiled the
because that
pot for
one is
everyone.
hardcore loot boxes. That one is
The thing
Overwatch
is,
is
though,
hardcore loot
the only
boxes.
thing is with Overwatch is they did their loot boxes right. Like, sure, yeah, you get random items, but you get coins from those duplicate items, so you can get the thing you want eventually.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Whereas,
They still did it better than
mm-hmm,
Black Ops 4, and that's for sure.
yeah, like Overwatch actually was one of the loot box systems that were right and correct. Sure, yeah, it's still like gambling, but it's still you get something out of it. Anyway, whereas EA and like other loot box systems were not as user friendly, and were basically gambling.
And
And then
that's
so
totally Black Ops 4's loot box system.
mhm. So it's like, well, I mean,
Um,
with Black Ops 4 now, with like the next game coming out, there's literally a thing I
that's gonna
saw,
go down.
a video there's literally a video or a picture I saw that was like, oh, they're gonna release it with nothing and then they're gonna update it later until the after reviews are done and everyone's like okay to buy it, and it's like, yeah, probably they're gonna wait until like everyone's not paying attention or something.
Oh god,
Stupid, man.
no. That's it's terrible.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
That's
pretty bad.
terrible. Uh,
But we have gone on for almost 40 minutes now.
let's see. Well, might as well keep the train moving then. I don't know.
I mean, if you want, we can move on to anime now.
What else do you got on your list? What else do you got on your list? I don't know.
For gaming wise, I don't know if I have anything really else to talk about. Well, I mean, one thing I will say is No
Hmm.
Man's Sky with the big update, and this is for people basically on if they want to buy No Man's Sky or not. Is wait for patches because right now with that big ass update, they have some issues with the game. Like in multiplayer, me and a couple of friends, if you're not the host, well, if you're in a space station and you go up to a vendor, you'll fall through the floor, and it will
That
either
was
crash your
literally
game or
recent that
you
you went
will
there?
spawn in an area where you're not seeing shit and you only see your ships.
Oh no.
Yeah, most of the time it'll crash your game though. But yeah, so like they need to patch that game. There is one thing I would like to say is that Discord is going to be getting its ability to share screen while you're in a chat in a server. They're rolling
Oh
that
yeah,
out.
that is true. Everyone
So
that like does not have that mod for Discord. Literally, because literally there's a mod for Discord that you can like screen share your screen.
there's just a code that you can also just put in like a chat and then you click on and then you can do it as well.
Actually, no, but I think they patched that up. I think they
Maybe.
already like
I don't know. I
fixed
haven't
that.
used it in a while. But
Yeah,
so they're
I mean,
rolling
I
that
tried
out.
using it before, like, but it never works.
Mhm.
Now there's like a different way.
Yeah. They sure. I don't know when they're gonna fully get that implemented, but they're getting that done, which is gonna be more interesting for people who don't want to just sit in like a call and actually sit
Voice.
in a
I
channel.
just don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but so with that, Discord is now even better over freaking Skype and TeamSpeak with that rolling out.
You've been replaced. Oh
And pretty
god.
much, like, Discord was
Actually,
better
they've been
already. And
replaced. They've, they've been replaced ever since Discord
hmm
released. They
yeah, pretty
haven't they?
much.
Because technically, the sound quality and whatnot.
Yeah, and then being able to make your own server and then have stuff in that server and stuff. So Discord's just
Yeah.
miles
Like you can't
ahead.
do that in Skype.
Yeah.
Way ahead.
Well, Skype is owned by Microsoft, and then freaking Microsoft now has it mandatory to have Skype on your fucking computer for Windows 10 or some shit like that. And it's like, the fuck is shit?
Oh god. I don't want uninstall. No, you gotta have it.
You can't uninstall it either.
Fine. I know. But it's like you try uninstalling it, but now it's like just implement it. And
hmm
it's like,
Like, I know you own it, Microsoft, but you don't have to implement it into Windows 10. It's not needed.
yes, that is true.
If someone wants it, they can download it online, damn it.
Yes, of course. I don't know why they forcefully just put it there. It's like, oh, this is part of the system now. You gotta have. What happened to just downloading it online before?
I don't know. But I will say, this is the first episode of Stay a While and Listen. Didn't really have anything planned. We're just talking our shit. That's all we're doing. We're just talking shit. We're just talking what we want to talk about, pretty much. Because I did not really come up with a list of things right now. I was a little bit busy, and then I also
Yeah,
fell
you got.
asleep and did not wake up until 4 after I got back from home. So
Oh,
I had a little bit of
uh,
not a lot of
that
time.
explains.
So, but like, so we're kind of talking out of our ass, but that's pretty much what best things happen, pretty much. But with the setup I have now, I am using OVR Drop to like bring up articles and stuff like that. I am going to use OVR Toolkit at some point, which will have multiple things up and stuff, and will be a lot more better for a podcast setting and stuff. So, but it's relative.
Yeah, there's that. Anyway, anyway, I guess you could go on to the next topic of your list.
We can go to anime if we want to. Talk about the anime for 2019
mean,
and such, and the recent animes.
actually, what do they have? What new releases do
Well, I
they
mean, you
have?
have
I mean,
the
the last thing I remember seeing was this was the slime one.
yeah, the slime one was pretty good, and that will be another.
I actually need to catch up on that
That'll
one.
be yeah, it's pretty good. I finished it. It had a pretty good ending for season 1 and stuff, and I can't
Wait, they
wait
already
for
finished season one? What?
yes. They finished
Jesus
season
Christ,
1
I
a while
already
ago.
missed so much.
They finished
Oh
season 1 a while
god.
ago.
No, I only seen the first 5 episodes.
What the fuck is wrong with you? They finished that like months
I
ago.
don't know. Okay, I know. It's just I don't know. I just don't.
You'll like the next coming episodes and stuff like that. Which let me pull up the little anime list of animes that released for the best animes of 2019, shall we? Here we go.
Yeah, because there's people that make that list.
Yeah. I need to make this bigger again. Because I make the chat small so it's not like in my face overall. Okay, so this little list. Let's see what's at the top. And such. Okay, fucking OVR drop's not that great for doing
Yeah, you're gonna have to mess around with the toolkit so you can
yeah.
have that ready
We'll
for
have
next
to see
time.
how the toolkit goes. So with 2019, on the top of this list is Mob Psycho 102, which is the second season.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen only like a picture of that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure what it was, but I guess it was that.
Yeah, the second
I
season of
thought
Mob
Mob Psycho
Psycho
would like
feels
come back.
basically with the second season of Mob Psycho feels as though there wasn't a 3 year break after the first season, is what the first line says. Is- which is
When actually it was.
which to be fair, like studios need
Conspiracy.
to break and then like they focus on other projects that they have and stuff like that. Where you have um Mad that did Overlord. They did 3 seasons consecutively, and that's just like, oof. I wonder how much that took in energy and time and
They're gonna have
shit.
to think of something.
Well, I mean,
They're gonna have to think
Overlord
of
was
something
just
for
doing
like
so
the next
well.
seasons.
Yeah, Overlord was just doing so
Yeah.
well that I think they're like, we're gonna take it on the chin and release 3 seasons because they, with anime, the pacing and stuff like that, they need to do well with. So, but it's one of the good ones for more recent terms, and
I
people can't wait for
actually
the
need to
second part.
finish that one. I actually need to finish that one. I don't remember the last thing I've seen that one, but I know I've seen something.
Jeez, you're gonna have to watch from
Oh God,
season one to
I
season
need to,
three all over again.
I mean, if probably, probably because I don't remember
If you
where
want, I can
I
watch it
left
with you.
off,
I'd
and that
watch
was
it.
probably more than I need to actually watch some of the anime again because I haven't watched enough.
Just
Like
do a day
the
basically
last thing I
where you
probably
watch
watched
anime.
was the Slime one. I guess so, but it's like I'm not sure. And it would just drag me in that, and I'm just like, I'm like, oh, okay.
But then there's Run with the Wind, which is another anime that has is on this list, which it has over the course of its 23 episodes, the series presents a convincing story of being less about the sport than about its college students figuring out their lives. So it's like one thing that anime need to do is be relatable, in some way or in something like that. So it's like
Mm.
one thing you could do is have a slice of life anime, but you could still make it not as good because it's just not as relatable. But for like college students, it could probably be more interesting. Got any animes you've been interested in so far, or have you just been really lazy and not watching any?
Uh, uh, what should I respond to? I mean, I'm not sure how to say it, but you gotta actually read me full.
I've been lazy and not watching any.
I mean, that's how, that. No, I mean, literally, that's how
mm,
terrible I haven't seen anime in a while.
mm.
Like, it's so long.
You
Even though
need a
it's probably
Verve
the last
account,
thing I've
damn it.
seen was probably like last year.
You need a Verve
Huh?
account.
I, oh my
Hey, if you ever want, we can
god.
do
Oh my
like
god.
we can literally do a day where we watch season one and then do or a week of season one and then another week of season two and then another week of season three. I have a Verve account. We can watch it on that on Rabbit or whatever. So if you really want
Could work.
and stuff like that. Makes me think of another time when we tried doing that with a group and it didn't go well. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Probably watch again, maybe a little bit by a little,
mm-hmm.
because I need to like make sure I get myself a time where it's like I am doing absolutely nothing. And I'm like, you know what? I can actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch anime and that.
Yeah. Which then on this list there is The Promised Neverland, which is anime adaptation incredibly faithful, which is incredibly faithful, but is also in fascinating interpretation of the source material of the manga, which most anime is derived from the manga. Um, about the oldest kids at a secluded orphanage learning that they are actually being raised as food for demons.
Oh,
So
okay, that actually sounds interesting.
the manga is
It's
fundamentally
like,
more of a
oh, my whole
thriller,
life has been a lie.
while
It's like
the
you're actually my food, okay? I'm gonna
yeah,
raise you up and then I'm gonna kill you later
yeah.
because you're my food. I'm like, oh,
So while the manga is more of a
okay,
thriller, the anime
that's a
takes
twist.
on a more horror-like quality. Um,
Yeah, I actually would be down to watch that.
so
Mm,
I think I've seen it
interesting.
on Verve, but I never really got into watching it. But I might have to because I've been watching like more anime that's been releasing recently and stuff. And then
Yeah.
one anime that's kind of funny is uh, this anime called My Roommate is a Cat, and it's literally about a writer that winds up finding a cat
Bites ears.
that not you, you cat freak. I'm just kidding.
It's like, alright, we're being rude here.
But basically, it's basically a guy who adopts a cat instead. Um, the cat, you actually hear the thoughts of the cat,
Talks.
not toxin, just
Oh,
the thoughts. Like, so you get two different points from the human and the cat, and he names the cat Haru, the cat Haru, and basically the writer doesn't really take too good care of himself usually. Like he'll pass out from not eating or anything because he just focuses on writing too
oh my,
much. And then you see the
what
cat
the
actually trying to get him to eat, which the cat gives him his cat food or her cat food, because that's just how
hell?
cats think. This is food, so it's human food. So they,
Enemy logic.
yeah. But it's a pretty good like heartfelt anime that also has a good bit of humor in it and stuff like that. And it's a pretty good anime in its own right. Um, so I watched it full. And it was pretty good. Um, but so
Snatch about just drop by.
yeah, and it's like a lot of good animes. Welcome to the stream, Snatch. Yeah, I don't know how to say the last bit, but yes, welcome to the stream. We're talking about anime right now on this podcast. So
I think, I don't know, I'd just say snatch them out. Say,
yeah,
I'll probably keep an eye on, on your
fair enough. But
comment list. See
mhm.
what's dropping by.
but like the thing is with like a lot of animes is like with Overlord, it's literally about a guy that just sits in a VR game that if you never seen, I think like the manga, it actually like, or I can't remember if it's the manga or if it's something else that basically goes into how they connect into the game, basically. Because
I was actually confused about that. I never understood how, like, cause I mean, I know that the dude was like, like in his room and whatnot with like his laptop or something, but how did it just went to like from real life to like him being within the game or
don't know.
the thing? I don't know.
I
That's the
don't
thing
know.
that's like confusing me.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, because one thing is with how they connect into the VR game, is they have things on the back of their necks, like a hole,
What is this, the Matrix?
kind of. It's kind of like the Matrix. Is basically how it does.
Mm,
Um, but
I know.
yeah,
I don't want to imagine that. Oh god.
yeah. But it's basically like the Matrix. They literally take a cord and they actually connect it into the back of their neck.
Okay, I think I heard enough. It's gonna.
but it's like the Matrix
I'm
basically.
just joking.
Um, so it's like an interesting prospect that like it doesn't show in the anime, but it like shows in the manga. I think there is like a video that shows it as well and stuff. And it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know how it came from like a game to pretty much like real life dealio in the anime. So
Mm. Kind of reminds me of Log Horizon. That one was actually a pretty good show.
yeah, but that wasn't a VR game. That wasn't.
Yeah,
That
but
was literally
it had the same logic as
mm-hmm.
Sword Online, of them getting stuck within
Yeah,
the
like
game.
getting stuck in the game. Yes, which Log Horizon does have some good stuff, and it's a pretty good anime. Um, but I think they have that third season and stuff, or is that fourth
Imagine the next
season?
anime, this being VR chat,
You just get stuck
where
in VR
everybody
chat.
just gets stuck in here. It just gets stuck in VR chat.
I don't know if I would. I don't know what would
And
happen if
it
I got
becomes a
stuck with this guy.
reality.
I don't know what happened.
Stay in your world.
I mean,
Oh
like,
no.
imagine if you get stuck in VR
But
chat and you can change to every single avatar you own,
hey, dude, that's like, I'm like, wow, I have the power
and yet
of
you could
God to be
feel.
anything.
That'd be
Yeah.
weird.
And those models that have like amazing animations and whatnot, like it's like having superpowers and what,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, whoa, I was god like,
Be able to pull
oh
a
my
sword out of
god,
fucking
that's
nowhere.
oh my god, that
I
would
mean,
actually be really good if someone actually made. I don't know how, but if they just made an anime just out of being stuck in VR chat. It's just gonna go endlessly because
you just like a YouTube
anything can
show,
happen.
but it's just people stuck in
Anything.
YouTube,
It's
stuck in like a VR chat. Uh, it's like, oh man, oh boy. It's like how would
your
the
daily dose. Oh my god.
that'd be kind of funny, honestly. That would be kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean there
Someone's
are
an hour.
some people who already made like series within using VR chat and whatnot, but it's actually really interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people like do like RP sessions, and then some people
Okay.
do other stuff. But like, and then you
Yeah.
have like people with fan sims, just like you and a little bit of me and stuff like that. Um, where you can actually like kind of feel things in a weird way.
Uh,
I mean, like these horns, I
remind
feel,
me.
and like a
Uh,
kind of spark
I
things
don't know.
going.
It's a weird explanation. It's weird to explain it, but I don't know. It's just it's some weird. It's like something you can't explain, but you can't at the same time.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
I,
like
don't-
it's a bit weird and stuff like that. Like VR
mm.
chat it has its moments and stuff, but it also has like VR chat is also can be a pain in the ass or like or some stuff like that. Or just like community can't be as good either. But
Yeah,
like one thing
yeah. Like there's some
is
people that literally just
yeah.
crash people.
Well, I mean, there's
The
literally
crashes and it's like,
stuff in out in the wilderness of modding for VR chat that actually prevent crashers, but modding the game can also get you banned. Ironically. So it's like you could get this
mm,
mod that prevents crashers from crashing you using a certain thing or whatever, but it also is like, oh, this is also bannable or some shit. But like the thing with the VR
yeah,
chat
it's a
developers
risk.
is they're kind of not caring as much anymore about the game, really.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
but
caring for the community, but they're
yeah.
trying, I guess, just to make the game more fun for everybody in a
Mhm.
way, or more accessible. I think more accessible is what I'm looking for.
Well, I think well, one thing
No,
that
fun is
they're
not the word, but I think it's
yeah.
just more accessible.
Mhm.
Like the community itself is like what helps. the community like themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like 'cause, like for the SDKs, like there's the modded SDKs for people to be able to upload their models, like good models. There's some people that upload, those bad ones,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like the regular SDK is not enough to upload, like that model or
Yeah.
something.
Um, but like one thing is that from an article I read is that they were gonna add in more ways to talk long distances and stuff on maps and stuff. So like you don't always have to be like so close so you can hear each other. Um, so it's like a walkie-talkie or something that you can pull it or some shit like that or something like that. Um, or some crazy audio shit that they're gonna do in another major update and stuff. And it's like interesting,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Like one thing they really do need to do is focus on more optimization and other stuff as well. And like they have done optimization in the past, but they need to do some more overall, somewhat. So yeah, so it's like
That is true.
yeah, and then like
We do not speak though of the dark side of VR chat.
oh, there's
That's
always a dark side to
something people
everything.
have to figure out
Even
themselves.
Skyrim has a dark side.
That's terrible. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Hell, even Fallout 4 has a dark side. But like everything
Everything has
has.
dark side.
Yeah, even the internet.
Oh no. Oh, the deep one. No.
We
Oh
don't speak of that.
no.
But
Anyway, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. Oh
it's
god.
just like the with VR chat, like they have the poly limit, which the polys isn't the issue usually with models. I mean, you can have like nearly a million freaking polys and not lag people and stuff like that. I've even seen people with freaking like million ass freaking poly models that actually don't lag people. It's mostly dynamic bones and other stuff that lag people and stuff. So like one way to stop that from happening is to use like empty objects on a model and then just put all of the bones in that one empty object and then do a dynamic bone for all of them. So you only have one dynamic bone for all of
Mm,
that. So there's like ways
that
to
is true.
optimize your model but still be poor in freaking VR chat. Ironically.
Corn powder.
Mm-hmm. Poor and bad. But it has been an hour already. So anything else you want to talk about?
Hey, I mean, we just jumped from like uh anime to just VR chat. Being stuck in VR chat, I don't know how that works, but it
Ah,
works
you talk about anime about getting stuck in
somehow.
games.
I don't know. This is Log Horizons, Sword Art Online, and the Overlord. They're all like getting stuck within the game type of thing. So it
Kinda,
just went
yeah.
up like, what if that happened to us in VR chat instead? It'd be it'll be like a dream come true, but a nightmare at the same time.
Well, I mean, you have
You
like a lot
know?
of people who use only female models that are men. So
Yes, that's one of the bloody nightmares, and it's like, what? No,
imagine if you get stuck in VR chat
no.
just for all eternity and stuff, and then you're just like, well, I guess I'm a lesbian now.
Oh God. Well, screw it.
But it's like,
Oh my God.
I mean, what have you? Yeah,
Um,
what can you do?
I don't think we'll even get to that age, but
Probably
it'll be
not.
insane though.
We'll probably be dead by then.
Yeah, that's like probably. That's probably when VRs become like in the movie Ready Player One or even further. Yeah.
I mean, imagine if like, say, like like people want to be like immortal and stuff like that. Like, imagine like at some point they make a game where you could make your character and then upload your mind to VR to that VR game, and essentially live forever. So like if you're an old person
That
on
is
their way
just
out,
being
you just digitalize.
digitized.
Yeah.
Digitize yourself. Actually, is another thing that I thought of. It's like, what would happen if we were to digitize ourselves? Would we like just be immortals and whatnot?
I
Like,
mean, it's
what will happen
basically
to our
like the only
bodies that
way
we just left behind?
it would pretty much be brain dead. Like that body would pretty much be brain dead because it would lose
Yeah,
all activity.
we'll be able to like to go back to it, or is like, is there like,
Well, I
if it
mean,
goes dead, will we die in as
well, I
well?
mean, like to be fair, like when a human dies, they lose function and the brain dies. Like so, like if you, it's essentially like dying, but like if you're an old person, you're pretty much gonna die eventually in that body. So like, why not
That
upload
is
yourself
true.
to say like a virtual
A
experience where
digital
you
one.
can live for maybe longer or something and stuff like that. Like essentially, you could probably still
Now,
die
now
by
the
them
helmet where you
erasing your
can
data.
digitize yourself.
Or
Oh,
in the future,
now
they
that
make it so that there's like robot bodies you can upload your mind to.
probably. Now that one helmet where you can literally just put it on, it will kill you instantly, but it will not kill you because it will literally get in your mind information, mind memory, and then so you can pretty
Mm-hmm.
much be digitized.
Yeah.
And then you can be stuck in the years. uh,
No.
oh my god, it's so retarded. Why am I saying this?
I don't know. But like
Uh,
imagine like doing that though. Like a lot of people would certainly do that if they're like old and stuff like that. Like imagine like the requirement is you have to be
yes.
old and pretty much dying and stuff like that. And it's like, well, at least
Yeah.
you can look. Like imagine like doing that and then you can actually just visit family members and stuff like that that are like generations old, and then you can see like your family through the ages. And like if you don't want to live forever,
And
you
see
could even
how your whole history has passed
set up a
by.
time for say the information of your data to be erased, which essentially is like dying but non-painful, basically.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
like a
just
button
pretty
you
much
click,
being
so it's
stats.
not exactly suicide, but it's not exactly murder either.
Yeah,
Granted, you'd need like a firewall of like three
it's
buttons to
true.
click to say yes, but
Okay. Are you sure? Are you really, really sure? Yes. Final warning. Are you absolutely, positively
you will be dead.
sure about this?
You'll not come back.
It's like, you will be dead and there's no coming back. And it's like, that one time you just hesitate. It's like, damn it. I hate these questions of being asked.
Just hit, bam, yes, big button, big red button.
Just yes. Yeet, yes. Oh god, that's not good. Oh god.
I mean, like, there's a lot of people in like real world that basically do that as well. Like, they don't want to live any longer, and because they're like fucking 80 or 90, or literally, there's this article of this old man asking his son to literally put him out of his misery because he was like over 100 years old. And
Oh
it's like
my
big
god.
oof, dude. So it's like
Sake to
it's
it.
not uncommon in say real world either. So like doing like a VR game is not nonsensical either. It's like essentially like you have a
That's true.
pet that's dying and you don't want him to suffer, so you put him down. It's the same thing. But when it comes to a human, people are like, "Oh no, that's just immoral and not right." And it's like, but they don't want to live anymore because they're
Yeah.
just so old or in pain and
They don't want to yeah, they
yeah.
don't want to suffer anymore.
Mhm. And it's
Mm.
like you should honor that and just let them just pretty much put them
How do we
down.
get to this topic again?
I don't know.
How do we get to this topic?
That's the wonder about just talking
Like
about in a
literally
VR
like
in podcast form. It's just
I don't
random
know.
talk
It
about shit.
makes you think. It makes you think. And it's
Hmm.
just, it makes you think because like you just bring. It makes you think like this thing just comes up. I was like, wait, have you ever thought about this? And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. That's weird.
yeah. It's like I don't know. It's just it's an interesting topic because like it with VR and stuff, you could have a potential to do what was the game? Um,
Wait, 1 second.
what was the game?
I was gonna be out here for a second.
I can talk by myself. But like there was a game that basically did that concept where basically the world was ending and stuff, so they had a virtual world that basically they upload their minds to, and I can't think of the name um, of the game, but it was an interesting game because like it you were in robots, your mind were in these robots and stuff, and you had to and these two and there was copies of the crew in other robots around the station and stuff, and they were basically copies of people, um, and like it had a chance to either upload a copy to yourself or actually upload yourself, so it was kind of interesting.
It's weird, right?
But I mean, like, to be fair, the human brain is like a computer. It really is. It holds data, and then you can say take that data out of.
Yeah.
It's like taking data out of a hard drive, basically. Like the human brain is just a really really complex computer. It's how people say it. So you could essentially upload yourself into another body of like a robot or something like that in the future. You just have to figure out the neural networks and stuff like that, which is really complex. So it's just
Yeah.
the one thing with that.
I mean, the only thought about it is just like, when will we get to that point where everyone in the world can be digitized? You know, or do you have to like pay a certain price to be digitized or be allowed
Mm-hmm.
within the digital world? If we ever get to that point, you know,
Yeah,
it's
and like,
it makes you wonder because like if you've seen like those types of movies that have that type of thing, right?
mm-hmm. I mean, like, granted, like it could be an optional thing. Like you could still live life as a normal human and stuff like that, or you could be a digital, like upload digitally and stuff like that. So then, like, say it's like the digital world is like VR chat, but it's like an actual full blown world that you can actually walk around and travel and make money in and stuff. So like you have jobs, you have
Mm.
it's basically like say it's like VR chat, but it's an actual world like Earth.
Another world.
Hmm.
It's just another real world, you know, but it
And like
just looks a little different.
imagine like it has the normal jobs of Earth, but it also has say like jobs from games and like you could be a mercenary, you could fight these insects and stuff and shit like that or some crap like that. And like it's
Yeah,
basically Earth but better in its digital format. So that you could essentially live forever.
yeah. If say actually another dumb thing that I just thought of. Say everything actually looks like this. The weaves will literally be like their depression would be gone. They would be like, oh, more enthusiastic to do
Hmm.
shit.
Right.
I mean, because like if you think about it, what if you see everything how like it is here in like VR chat or just anime-ish related, you know?
Right.
That would like change people like huge amount, right? Like it could actually be a thing. But yet it's like, how's it implemented to everybody, you know?
Right. Like the interesting thing is like imagine you could create an avatar and stuff like that. So you can choose to be a girl. Like if you were on Earth and you were a guy and you wanted to be a girl. Well, you don't need to do
It
a
would
sex
actually
change then.
fix the problem of transgenders. It would also fix the problem of transgenders.
Don't have anything wrong against transgenders, but it's just like Instead of
No, but like
yeah,
those people that want to
hmm
be a dude,
and it
they're
costs a
chicks, and
lot of money.
the
It
guys
costs
that
a
want to
lot of
be a
money
chicks.
to do it.
Yes, they actually cost a lot of money in real life,
But
but
instead
say
of
this
doing
is
it
actually just
digitally,
fixes it just instantly.
yeah,
It
like
just fixes it
imagine
instantly, and then they
say
actually
to
feel
do
like
the
who
digital
they
thing,
want to
it's
be.
like I don't know, like since it's only a digital thing, you just transfer a person over, and it's basically like a game. Like mention a low price or like the highest price being like 5,000 or something like that, which is, mind you, when you do a sex change, it's over $40,000. So,
Yeah, but like the full package, it's like what more than
oh, a
twenty
lot.
five thousand dollars
It's a
for sure.
lot. It's a bit,
Maybe
but
maybe more than a million.
yeah, it's pretty expensive to do it. And
Uh, God damn.
but like imagine if you go digitally, you could switch your gender to female, or you can go male and stuff like that, or whatever you want to fucking do. It'd solve a lot of
Or
issues
you could go
for people.
like the people that have the females.
Yeah.
If you're into that, you could go to that. Don't question it.
it, like there's just with a digital Earth, say a digital Earth, which granted it would take a massive fucking like database pretty much to do this, and granted, but like
Oh,
imagine say
that.
like humanity combined into one nation, they would have the fucking resources to do this basically.
I
So,
mean, yeah, that. I mean, it's unknown if they already figured out how to transfer somebody into like the internet, for example,
well, that'd be
but,
weird.
but just digital and
hmm
way.
But like,
I mean, they could have already done it if so we speak, but we just don't know
yeah,
because it's literally like Area 51 type of stuff.
like the only
The government hides it from the world.
the only issue with doing a digital Earth and stuff is you probably wouldn't be able to have kids. That's the only main thing because it's digital. It's not fucking. It's not like it's gonna create like
Yeah, you can
say another
probably
human
like
that
get
basically would. But
yeah, you can like probably get it down to hardcore, but you can't do that.
yeah, like that would be essentially
That's
creating
why there's
AI.
adoption.
Yeah, like say
That's why there's adoption.
the only issue with
I
that
don't know.
is like with a digital Earth is you wouldn't age.
That's also another thing. No aging. You could stay
hmm
one age forever.
Well, unless say they figure out a way to change, say, like if you're an old person, they upload you and you're like in your 20 to like 40s or some shit like that and stuff like that. And say like an avatar that's like 20 to 40 years younger or some shit like that, basically. You wouldn't age from that then. You'd have the knowledge from being an old person and being experiencing like say 80 years and then going to
If I were to never age, I would at least want to be, a body that's like, or like the 20s to 30s.
pretty much for me as well.
Nothing older.
Like I would
Yeah.
like to be like 24 or like 25, somewhere in the middle.
Or yeah, like 25. 25 is like
Which
the
pretty much
perfect
me.
one. It's like it's not
Yeah.
too old, but yeah, it's not too young. It's like the perfect age, you know?
And it's just like digital Earth. Yes, that is an interesting way. There's also sure you could like there's probably ways to probably extend the human lifespan in the actual Earth sense, the real time world sense, like they've done in the past with like say different medicines and shit like that. But like the only issue with say real world Earth is the pollution and stuff like that, and just the overall living expenses. With you got to create electricity and such like that, where a lot of people don't want to deal with that,
Yeah,
like
that's,
pollution and shit like that.
that is true.
Where, but with a digital Earth, you don't have to worry about pollution. You don't have to worry about like having to work. You don't have to do the electrician jobs and shit like that. It can still
It's
be,
pretty much
yeah.
like a paradise or something. I don't know. It's like all
Mm-hmm.
your worries of taking care of the earth or just anything in general, it's like kind of lifts up in a way.
Like imagine,
Sure, you still gotta like do a
yeah.
few things here and there, but
hmm Like imagine, yes, sure, like real world jobs as well. Like you can work at a McDonald's, but you don't have the stress of being like screwed over by a boss or some shit like that. You can make money and make a decent thing in the game and have a good time and stuff like that. And
yeah,
or
yeah, you
yeah.
won't be able to also be like tired in a way.
hmm I mean, granted, you could.
Maybe I'm not sure.
I mean, you could have like essentially a day and night cycle easily, um, and kind of simulate the tiredness easily and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah, that is true.
because I like sleeping as much as anyone else,
That is true. Yes, Sammy. So
so I mean, you just wind up having days where you just don't want to wake up. So,
yeah, oh god.
but
How do
yeah,
we?
it is what it is. So
I'm always gonna bring it up. How do we get to this topic again?
just randomly,
I
just randomly.
already said it like a couple of times, but it's just like you just think about it. It's like, how do we even get to
Well,
this?
that's the thing with like topics. You get one thing, and then you just go into another, and then you go into another.
Mm. I wonder how much more stuff we would have done with more people, but everybody's been busy at the moment.
Yeah,
And,
definitely in the
so,
second episode, see if we can get more people and stuff and such like that.
yeah.
Do like an invite plus world, see if you
Uh,
get anyone else who's cool to be in a
yeah,
podcast and stuff like that.
maybe.
But because like with say stay a while listen, I do want like more people and some people even I don't know probably like it doesn't have to be like all people I know and stuff because you can get into some interesting conversations with just so many other people instead of just two people. So
Yeah, just us.
you can get into a debate either
I mean,
as well.
if it goes on once,
It's
yeah.
partially why I wanted to do a podcast
It could
because you
actually
can get
get
into some
crazy.
interesting topics. So
Yeah, that is true.
that's
Um,
most reasons why
only I could figure out how to actually stream it.
I can
Um,
easily help you set it up as well and stuff.
yeah,
Get
maybe
things up
some
there.
other time. Not
Yeah.
right now, though.
Of course, you'd have to figure out a streaming schedule,
Yeah,
but you don't
especially
always.
with the work.
It's not like you're obligated to do
Okay,
that streaming schedule though, too. So, but it also helps people
so
to
you're affiliate.
until it does help people like know oh this person's gonna be streaming at this time, so I can go and clear my day up for that or something like that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's almost been
And,
an hour and 30 minutes already.
hey, look at that.
So,
Oh, my, wow. Oh, no.
but
Oh, there goes my.
I think it's probably a good place to stop for the first stream for Stay a While and Listen, I think. At
Even
least.
though we just went completely off topic from the anime topic.
Yeah, we went completely out of the.
It,
Out of,
it works.
it
It
works.
just works.
It just works.
It's,
So yeah, I am gonna click a button. Do that. There we go. So I think yeah, we are gonna basically be done in the stream here with this conversation. You have anything to say for goodbyes?
nothing I can think of, but y'all stay awesome. Whoever is watching, I don't know.
But yeah, we will be like
Hello, me, if you're watching this.
but yeah, we'll basically be
I don't know.
we will be doing another stay along listen next week and stuff. I'm probably gonna actually move it to like a Saturday thing, because then it's like, well, I have an
Hmm.
entire night to fucking talk about shit. But instead of like a Friday where if I have to work Saturday, then I'm kind of boned. But Yeah, so we'll be there. So yes, have a good day, have a good night,
I'll
and I
see if
hope
I
to
can
see you next
attend.
stream, which is gonna be Sunday. I think I'll probably play a bit of Revenant from the Ashes and stuff like that. I wish I had people to play with,
Yep.
but I don't have any friends who own it. So have a good day, have a good night, and I hope to see you again in the next stream.